Hey YouTube, back again with another video. Thank you very much for watching the last one. Managed to increase the number of new subscribers, so welcome to everyone new to this channel. Thank you very much for subscribing, supporting the community and supporting the group. And I just wanted to come back with a part 2. So there is a good reason for this, and I'd highly recommend for you to watch to the end of the video. Because this is new content. This isn't something I'm going to go over again from my last video. This is actually new bullish news for Vechain and why it could do quite well in the future. Just to mention that I had a few people in the community saying that, they bought Vechain at quite a high price and now they're, 60-70% down. Of course, that is unfortunate. And what I'll do in my next video is make another one about giving people trading tips. Now, for me, Vechain isn't a short-term flip. It's a long-term hold. And, I'm looking to see this project do very well over the next couple of years. So with this new bullish news, I just wanted to just go over the Vechain stats very quickly with you all. So currently the VTHO, which is the gas for Vechain, is currently burning today at 6 million. Yesterday was 8 million and 30.33 VTHO. You can see the clauses that we have are slowly increasing. The standard median is slowly working its way up from 150 to 250, where we've got 2 days where we've marked 250 on the, or even like 3 days going to the 200 range. And then you can see the highly daily amount, daily clauses is 1,115. So we're far away from that figure, which was set on the 16th of July 2019. So what new news have I got to bring to you today? So first of all, some of you might have heard of POA 2.0 for Vechain. And this is a new update for Vechain. POA stands for Proof of Authority. And I'm not going to go through all of this. There's a lot of technical information and documentation, but it's certainly worth a read. But in simple terms, what it really means is increasing the transaction per second that Vechain can handle. Of course, you can see here under POA 1.0, you can see that we've had the transmitting block and then we have the validating block. So basically, transmitting is sending the value from one side to another, and then you have a period of validation and then a consensus process afterwards. Now, what we have is the transmitting block, and then the validation is delayed. So essentially, you'll send whatever you have first, and then the validation kind of happens later. And they've got security measures and controls to make sure that this doesn't get hacked or, any additional spending or anything like that. So it's quite an interesting update. But what confuses me a little bit is, Vechain isn't a slow platform. So what I started to do was I started to look at, some of the fastest blockchains that we've got around at the moment. And if we just have a look, I've got a list at the bottom of this page. And you can see we've got, Litecoin 56, Bitcoin Cash 300, Bitcoin SV 224. And then we go on to, some of the reasonably fast ones, 250 for Cardano, 5,300 for Ontology, 9,000 for Icon, Bitcoin is 500, Dash is 35, and then we get to the fast ones, which is 2,000 for Tron, and then we got sub-minute heroes. So we've got Ripple at 1,500, EOS at 4,000, Stellar at 1,000, Neo at 10,000, Waves at 100, and so on. So when I looked into the actual speed, and unfortunately Vechain isn't mentioned here for some reason, but Vechain is 10,000 transactions per second. So it's not the fastest one out there, but it is very quick. And what the questions that I had in my mind was, well, if you have 10,000 transactions per second, and this is my presumption, but the network isn't being used that much at the moment. So there's certainly a lot of capacity. Why would you need to invest in speeding up Vechain? It's like, as an example, you build a stadium and you build a stadium for a capacity of 10,000 people, and then on a weekly basis you only have about, say, 500 to 1,000 people attend, and then after a week or two, then you say, okay, actually we're going to make an extension to the stadium and we're going to increase the capacity to 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. But you only have 500 or 1,000 people turning up on a weekly basis. So VTHO is not anywhere close to being congested at the moment, not even close. I don't exactly know what the figure is, whether it's 10%, 20% usage of that 10,000 transaction per second, but I can guarantee you it's not even close. And if you've ever used VTHO, it's very quick. It happens, almost in a couple of seconds, or almost instantly. So what is driving VTHO to invest? And it's not cheap to, put this throughput on VTHO and increase its capacity. The interesting thing about the articles from VTHO as well is they don't actually say what the new transaction per second rate is. They don't say whether it's 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. We just don't know. And the way they've done it as well is interesting. And, the way that they've actually moved the validation of the transactions out further and later on in time. And then they're just looking at the transmission of the exchange. So this seems like it's an update to the VeChain blockchain that is kind of, trying to maximize as much as possible and utilizing as much of the capacity in the system as they can. So this leads me to think, well, something's driving this, and the thing that I think is driving this is business, it's their partners, it's their customers, and they must be demanding that before we can use your system, you need to increase your throughput on your system to such an extent that they've made it, efficient with moving, the validation out on that blockchain. So I do think that with this release, and I'm not entirely sure whether it's fully released yet or not. I think it is, but it's interesting to see that it's increasing the amount of transactions it can do per second. So it says here, there are projects claiming they can reach 1 million transactions per second. From VeChain, it is known that the current chain is able to handle 10,000 transactions per second. Is it possible to kind of upgrade the blockchain in order to increase the capacity? And then it says down here, our research team have been working on solutions for the scalability of VeChain. Moreover, we have set up joint research projects with universities to tackle this problem on top of our own solution. The continuous growth of VeChain Thor is not taken lightly and will always be among our top priorities. So what we need to understand is, what is the new transactions per second, which we don't know yet. And secondly, why are they doing this increase in capacity? What new customers are they expecting to see? Because you don't just invest money into a project and not expect that additional capacity to be used up. So that's some interesting and possibly some big news that I wanted to share with you. That was just my search trying to find out what the new transaction per second is. Not very successful search on my part. If anyone can tell me, I even looked through the white paper, there's nothing in there. But if anyone has any information or can share anything in the comments, let me know. And actually, maybe we can have a bit of a fun game. Maybe you can guess and tell me what you think the new transactions per second might be in the comment section. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one. So happy investing, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.